Hey, good morning, everybody. It's a Wednesday, and it is windy as can be. Look at the trees behind me. They're blowing in the wind. This is sunny Southern California, and we have what's called as a Santa Ana condition, which is where the wind picks up, comes off the deserts, creating warm temperatures, and blows out to the ocean. Now, this is not the norm. The norm is normally from the ocean in. So it's quite windy, it's quite hot, and, well, we got some fires going on here in Southern California. Luckily, I'm not near any of those fires. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Mark McGeorge. You're still in Michigan, huh? Wow, I'm sorry. Poor people there. Neil Troop, Mary Jane, how you doing? All right, here we go. It's a Wednesday morning, and as you can see, I've got my eyes on you. I've got my Moon Eyes shirt on. Because Moon Eyes, one of the members of SEMA, the Specialty Equipment Market Association. Now that's the name they're going by today. It was the Speed Equipment Manufacturers Association at one point in time, and it's had a couple of different names over the years. But let's start with Moon Eyes. Dean Moon, a youngster working at his father and mother's restaurant in Santa Fe Springs during the turn of the century, they moved to California. He worked at their cafe called the Moon Cafe. Well, Dean was more of a car guy than a food guy, but world wars had gone on. He saw the hot rodding develop in Southern California, but he got drafted just in time for the Korean War. He was an aerial photographer then, came back and bought a building in Santa Fe Springs, the same building that Moon Eyes operates out of today. He started a fledgling speed equipment business, and he was one of the pioneers of the Specialty Equipment Manufacturers Association, or Speed Equipment Manufacturers Association. They kind of got a little bit politically correct when they changed their name. Actually, it brought about more of what they actually do. They market equipment. And they started out with a small show here in Southern California, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. Let me try and keep myself straight here and stay with Moon Equipment. Dean Moon ran the company through the early 80s, and unfortunately we lost Dean. His wife and son kept the company going for a while, and Shige Suganama and Chico Kadayama decided they would get together and work together and purchase the company from Dean's wife and son. And they kept it going. They've made it bigger and better than it ever has been. Now, I got to meet Shige when I worked in Japan many, many years ago, and he took me around, introduced me to his friends, and was an extremely personable friend. He's become a friend, and I've been lucky enough to work for them at their Christmas racing and shows, and over the years, we talked about it, we've just been friends. He has succeeded in making Moon Eyes bigger and better than it ever has been before. I got to see Shige and Chico up at Bonneville this year in August, and again this last week at the California Hot Rod Reunion. And they are members and will be at SEMA this year. And the SEMA show is going to be in Las Vegas, as it has been for a number of years. And Randy Kerdoon and I will actually be trying to do some interviews out of their booth. So if you get the chance, stop by and say hello. A lot of people flashing by on the screen, and I'll get to you. I'll try to mention you as we go along, like Sandy Martin. She just, or he just, or they just, or we just. Oh, and the wind is kicking up my allergies pretty bad today, so bear with me on that. But Moon Eyes has become a powerhouse in the aftermarket field. Anyone who's a gearhead knows about Moon Eyes. Their aluminum spun tanks, their moon disc wheel covers, their accessories are far greater in quantity and style and design than anyone else. If you haven't seen all their stuff, you really need to get one of their catalogs and take a look at it. But we'll be up there at SEMA with Moon Eyes at the booth. Hope to meet and greet with you there. And talking about SEMA, it started out as a small little show here in Southern California. A number of manufacturers got together, led by Ed Iskandarian, I believe. I believe he was the first president of SEMA. So he kept them going, got them all together. Unified quality, unified actions, tried to unify the manufacturers so they weren't all over the board. And he did just that. SEMA grew and grew and grew. From a small little show, it took up the entire Anaheim Convention Center. It outgrew the Anaheim Convention Center, and the first opportunity I had to go to the SEMA show was the first year it moved to Las Vegas. And I'll tell you what, it was exciting, but it wasn't as big as it is today. Now, next week is the SEMA show. Randy Kerdoon and I will be going up there. We're going to be looking at some of the great stuff there. We're going to be doing some interviews. We'll be showing you what it's like up there at the SEMA show. Now, can you get in there? If you're in the industry, you can. It is not open to the public. This is not a public car show. Now, that's not saying you can't walk around on the outside of the convention center and take a look at the exhibitions that'll be going on outside. They've had drift exhibitions. They've had autocross exhibitions. They've had vehicle introductions. And that's all going on outside the convention center in Las Vegas next week. So we're going to be up there. Now, SEMA began in 1963 and has steadily grown and grown to become a worldwide organization. If you go into the SEMA show, you're going to see many things from across the pond, whether it's Great Britain, China, Japan, Korea, wherever accessories and speed equipment are made, you will find them there at the SEMA show. It is the show you need to be at. Hi, Sandy and Mike Basso. Roger Lee, man, you do some great stuff. Earl Edwards, Neil Troop, Chris Wise. Names are just flashing across the screen here. All right, so in the early days of the SEMA organization, they tried to get people together, get all the manufacturers together on a unified front. And today, the original companies are very successful. Successful corporations such as Edelbrock, Anson, B&M, Offenhauser are known internationally for the product lines. Today, there's more than 40 years later, well, way over 40 years later. I mean, we're talking almost 80 years since SEMA began. Not quite, but they're getting close. And it's a huge business. They also have SAN, the specialty equipment side of the enthusiast market. And they represent many situations to our government to help preserve our hobby and our sport. They're more than just marketing speed equipment. They are helping the hobby and the industry stay alive, monitor regulations that come in that may not quite be fair. I know they went to bat for us here in California on the exhaust law that came in that changed a loud exhaust from a repair violation to a fine automatically. Now, Governor Moonbeam had done that and put it into the budget. It wasn't a legislative change to how the law was written or to how it was enforced. It became a budget item, a money grab. SEMA went to bat for us on that. Hi, Joe Walla, the newly engaged host of Rockin' and Racing, is watching us right now. Good morning, Jeff from Great Britain, our Salt Flat racer. Names keep going by here. Mike Basso, and they just keep repeating. SEMA eventually became the Specialty Equipment Market Association, which is the name it goes by today. And the member categories include racing car teams, car clubs, specialty service associations, and SEMA has a roster that's steadily growing, climbing to over 6,300 corporate members. So they are quite big. The show is next week. Let me get you the exact dates on that. If you're in the industry, this is the show you want to go to. All right, looks like the 4th of October or November. So we're going to be heading up there. We'll see you up there, the SEMA show. It's going to be great. It's going to be bigger and better than it's ever been before. But you need to support SEMA. Become a member of SAN, the Specialty Equipment Enthusiast Network. And check it out, because they're the ones that are helping keep your hobby, your sport, your livelihood alive. And they have gone to bat for us. I know I've sent them a number of letters. They've responded, and they are looking into certain things. They also put out a newsletter that tells you laws in different states that are changing or have changed and how they affect you. They tell you about proposed laws and how they're going to affect you. Whether it's as simple as a front license plate requirement to how your collector car is registered. You can check them out at SEMA. Go to SEMA.org and check out all the information there. And go to MOONEYES, the official website of MOONEYES. You go to mooneyes.co Japan, and you can see some great stuff there. You can hit the translate button, and you'll get everything in English. But you can see some of the great cars. I'll tell you what, I enjoyed. I went over there about 6 years ago to the MOONEYES show in Yokohama, and that was an amazing event. But you can see some great stuff there. I'm looking at a Woody Volkswagen now, and a picture of, it looks like Chico in a Nova at Irwindale Drag Strip doing his burnouts. All right, so check it out. MOONEYES. The legend continues on with Shige and Chico, and SEMA, the Specialty Equipment Manufacturers or Marketing Association. Check them out. We'll be doing some live broadcasts from there. It's kind of blustery and windy here today. I'm going to be staying in today, not going outside too much, and get some stuff done around the house because this weekend it's going to be busy. Lots of car events coming up this weekend. You got one you want me to talk about? Let me know. Like Ron Olson, you're always putting on a car show. Cassie Nunez is doing one as well coming up. We're going to be there. So check it out. I'm Hot Rod Bob Beck. You've got gas, the Great American Auto Scene Morning Edition. Brought to you by Valley Head Service, Irwindale Speedway, and Irwindale Drag Strip. Let's see, Cassie Nez, she needs tips on the video. Well, okay, we'll try and do that. But right now, names are going right by me here, and I see questions being asked, but man, they're moving by really quick. Nigel Taylor, how are you today? Coming from the UK. Mary J. Downs, Steve Moody. Sam Browns, bracket racer extraordinaire with his Roadrunner. Just put some new shoes on it. It's going to be digging into the track and moving out pretty good. Joe Walla again. Pat Riley Nickel. Mark McGeorge, stuck in Michigan. All right, so it keeps on going through. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Hot Rod Bob. You have a great day. Keep it rubber side down and shiny side up. And I hope the weather where you are is better. Take care now.